Hello and welcome back to another FIFA 21 player review. Today's player review is Team of the Season Zac Efron. Team of the Season Kevin Volland. And I do apologise that I haven't been uploading a lot recently, but my desire to play FIFA has been very low. But that did change today when I saw that this man was in the SBC section. So without further ado, let's get into it. So now on the screen you can see the stats for this Team of the Season Volland. So I played 5 games, scored 11 goals and got 1 assist. So now we're going to look at the team that I played him in. So as you can see, team on the screen, I've been able to get Volland on 10 chem because I've built a Bundesliga icon, French League, English hybrid, whatever you want to call it. But I would highly recommend trying to get him on 10 chem because this guy is an absolute monster, which you'll see next in the gameplay. Okay, so now into the gameplay section. Let me tell you, you're going to see some absolute bangers within the next 3.5 minutes. This is his first goal, 3 minutes into his debut on his weak foot. I mean, this is one of the positives, I think, with Volland. He doesn't really have a weak foot, and you'll see that during the gameplay because, let me tell you, this guy is just something else. This is his first game, and I do eventually go to score 5 with him. I mean, he just scores everything. It's funny because he actually scores mainly with his right foot. As you'll see here, he'll score another finesse. And I don't know why, but there's something about this card because when I look at body type, he's classed as stocky. And I would normally say stick away or stay away from the stocky body type. But for some reason, it just helps him. And he's just an absolute monster because of it. But for me, it's really weird actually playing with Volland up top because I've used his foot freeze card throughout the whole year. And I've played like 400 games with him at centre back. So now playing him as a striker where he should be, it almost just feels wrong. And it's funny to say that, but I've got to say he is an absolute monster. I think the first card I used was his 84 inform because I got that in red picks, and he was just an absolute monster back then. But this card is just something else because they have actually upgraded him to 4-star 4-star, which is another reason why I think he's 110% actually worth it, because they have given him a skill moves upgrade. But I also think, purely down to links, his links are really good at the moment. You've obviously got Team of the Season Ben Yedder, you've got all the moments like German icons, you've got the Bundesliga Team of the Season, which really helps, as you saw I linked Volland to Amiri. But you've also got the likes of Goretzka, Kimmich. I'm just trying to think of who else there is. Basically, you've got a plethora of Germans, French League, Bundesligas, like just everything under the sun. And as we see, an incredible pass there from Volland through to Kluivert. And well, here I extended this clip just to show you the length of speed up lag that I normally suffer every single day just playing this game. But besides that, as you've seen in this gameplay, he's just an absolute joy to play with. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll be back with you in a second. So now on the screen you can see some chem stars that I've suggested you could use for this Team of the Season Volland. Now, obviously 3 of the 4 boosts his shooting, but I don't think it actually does need boosting. But then 3 of the 4 also boost his dribbling, which is one of the key areas that I actually do think need boosting. And the engine for me is the best choice because it boosts his passing, his pace and his dribbling. His shooting's incredible and his physicals are nearly maxed out anyway, and then defending doesn't really matter. There are some other chem stars that you could use. Personally, I wouldn't. You could use a maestro or an artist. That would boost his shooting, passing, dribbling for the maestro, and then the passing and dribbling for the artist. But I would recommend these 4 that are on screen right now, and I will show the stats, what they boost in game over the next couple seconds. So now on to the pros and cons of this Team of the Season Volland card, and to be honest, it's not going to be very long, simply because the pros are everything: his pace, his shooting, his passing, dribbling, defending and physical. I really could not find a fault with this card. I think if we're being very nitpicky, then I think the only con that I personally found from this card was his 91 composure. But to be honest, it was mainly me just making the wrong choice of when to shoot, and this card was just thoroughly enjoyable to actually play with. Now on to the ratings out of 10. I would have to give his pace a 9, his shooting a 10, his passing a 9, his dribbling a 10, his defending an 8, and his physical a 10. So overall I would give this Kevin Volland Team of the Season a 10 out of 10. As you can see above, obviously not every stat is a 10, but with his pace and his passing being a 9, he was just being let down a couple times, but really it's me actually controlling him, especially more with the passing, because his passing was actually perfectly fine. It was just me trying to actually put the ball in the back of the net after he passed it, so that was completely down to me. But his pace at 95, there's obviously some players that can catch up to him, especially the Lacroix and Baku, basically the fullbacks, or Wolfsburg defence pretty much. So now on to the all-important question: is it worth completing this Team of the Season Volland? In my personal opinion, he is definitely worth it. For me, I think he's probably the best striker I've used all year. He's strong, he's fast, he's got really great shooting on both his left and right foot. He's been upgraded to 4-star skill moves, which everyone loves, and I think there's just very little to actually say bad about this card, to be honest. And I think, especially with his links, is really good as he's German. The French League Team of the Season's out, the Bundesliga Team of the Season has been out, and there's loads of really good German icons. So I think for me, he's definitely worth it. He's 186 rated squad, and he's coming in around the 125 to 130k mark on PlayStation and Xbox if you haven't got anything in your club. But for me, I would definitely say go get this card, because for me, I've really had no desire to play FIFA, but this Volland card has actually been so enjoyable that I may actually play through the Ultimate Team of the Season in Champs, because I didn't play for the Liga and MLS and rest of the world team, because I just had no desire to play, but this card has made me want to play FIFA again. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like, comment down below if you will be completing him, and if you're new around here, do consider subscribing. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.